You will reclaim your crown. Happy new moon in Libra. This new moon is happening on the 21st of October, 2025 at 8:24 a.m. EST my time at 28 degrees. We have the Fool at the bottom as well. Now, we'll see what comes out in the cards, but I feel like there's also a love message in here. Just the way this feels, it could just be the Libra energy, right? The Venus energy. But there's something new happening here. It's multi-layered and multi-tiered. So it's more than just one thing. You reclaiming your crown, this is your birthright. This crown belongs to you. And with the devil here and the tower, it was actually taken purposely. Now, it may not translate into an actual physical crown in the year 2025, but this is also an analogy to the concept that you are spiritual royalty. But the thing about the Emperor and the Empress is it's not just spiritual. It's very spiritual. It's very high level. That's the reason why they're in these positions of authority to begin with. But these are also very, speaking of the devil, it's like Saturn energy. It's money. It is status with the 10th house, right? So this you reclaiming your crown thing may also translate to some sort of position of authority, something as practical as in the workplace. It could even be in love. Like you could be this empress, right? But you've dealt with people who were a page of wands, who didn't know how to treat you, who were not emotionally secure, or they were not emotionally intelligent. Now it can go this way as well, right? With the Emperor and the Page of Wands. So this reclaiming your crown, really all this is, guys, is it's just all part of the plan with the Two of Wands. It's actually a confidence thing, believe it or not, because the only thing you're reclaiming is something that already belongs to you. It's just that you could have had people in your past literally plotting and planning to betray you again and again and again so that you would not see your value. This is like a valuable gem, or let's look at it like this. This is like a gold coin. Gold has gone over $4,000. I think this is the first time since like 1972 or something like that. Let me know in the comments if that's correct. I was just reading a couple articles yesterday, looking at gold prices. So I have this gold coin here, right? And this gold coin represents, it's surrounded by a couple protective elements here, right? So this gold coin to me represents my lineage. I was given a vision that, and this applies to you as well, guys. I'm just saying this is what this is. If you notice this necklace, I was given a vision similar to this crown thing that we're talking about today, that this gold coin, like an heirloom, was passed down to me from my grandmother who had passed away. Now, my family members will probably disagree with that, right? But that's the way I was seeing it, is that she had passed this down. Now I keep it in here, and I don't want to take it all out because I have it like packaged, but so this little bracelet here, this is from my great-great-grandmother on my grandmother's side. This is a bracelet that has all of the, I wrote a poem about it in college and my professor really liked it. There's all of the little initials on each piece. This is from like 1910, this gold bracelet here. This is from my great grandmother Jennings, Grandma Jennings, who was a Sunday school teacher, and these are all the kids' initials on here. So this is like a teaching thing for me, guys. Like, this is something that's passed down from my father's side, from my grandmother, Grammy, who I loved very deeply. She was a Cancer. She passed away recently. And I've had multiple visions throughout the years of her her mother, Mamai, who was the daughter of this great grandmother that I'm speaking about here. Before I even believed that I was a medium, I actually thought, this all has a point, guys. This could be regarding your spiritual gifts. That's why I'm talking about it like this. I had multiple visitations from Mamai, who was my dad's grandmother, who he loved so much. He said that he would stay over her house on the weekends and it felt like poison was draining out of his body. Yeah, this stuff is passed down, right? So my dad loved Mamai, and he said that she would sit up in the bed at night just reading her Bible, and he has a very like strong vision of her in that manner. So basically, I saw her, she appeared to me. I didn't even know what she looked like through the years, and she tried to like explain to me about the family dynamics and tried to comfort me because she knew that I was the spoke in the wheel of all of the family drama. And she knew that I was like the different one, right? We call this stuff like general. I was looking down at the King of Swords and I got the word general. Generational curse breaker is what I was going to say. You're like the general of the family, right? So again, it goes back to this ranking thing with the emperor and the empress. And this crown, it can be spiritual gifts. It could be an authority position. Like literally felt my grandmother, not to sound weird, my grandmother Grammy, my actual grandmother, not my great grandmother or my great 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 grandmother, great great grandmother, my great grandmother, and my grandmother. Anyways, whatever. I don't know why I'm doing this with the judgment card right here, but this is like an example to show you guys that this, I don't make videos. I don't do readings. I don't do podcast episodes that you can listen to on Spotify and Apple Podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST if you want to listen. But I don't just make these episodes to like draw attention or to get views. I'm not lying. This is real stuff. This is not like you're going to wake up tomorrow and there's going to be $17 million in your bank account, which I wouldn't even recommend. You should be investing some of that if that's the case. Shouldn't just have 17 million just sitting cold in the bank account. But anyways, this is my point. This stuff, it's real and it's for everybody. If you're resonating with this reading, and you'll know because you're going to feel it in your bones, you are inheriting something. For some of you, it's like a family heirloom, like I was talking about here, where it's like a spiritual gift thing. But it's not just spiritual gifts. My grandmother was wealthy. They always... It's a certain thing passed down through the family line. It's a blessing. It's a prosperity thing with this gold coin. That's how they showed it to me. Yeah, they're trying to cut off my I almost said they're trying to cut off my circulation. I have had circulation issues, so that's interesting. That could be directly tied to that. I never even considered that, but so yeah, it's like when you receive this crown, it's really just you receiving what always belonged to you. And there were people that were either jealous of this. There were people that wanted to thwart this. There's people that believed like you didn't deserve this with the devil. And with the high priestess, again, this could be like spiritual gifts, guys. This can also be like success in your life. Like suddenly you'll just see yourself as an emperor. You'll see yourself as an empress. And you'll be thinking, what am I doing making $45,000 a year? Like I should be making $4 million a year. Like it's a thing that trips. I don't even want to say in your brain. It's more in your soul. And it's something that's being received. This is the image I'm getting. I'm seeing through the clouds all of these angels coming down and coming through the fog. And all of us are reaching up towards these angels, and they're giving us things. They're giving us like heirlooms. They're giving us anointings. I'm seeing oil. It smells like frankincense. Like I'm seeing this like holy transfer. That's how I'm seeing this. It's something that's happening. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it has directly to do with the astrology. Let me know if you guys have any, like, if on that side of things. I mean, it could have to do with Saturn, right? Let me know, guys, what you think that could mean in terms of the astrology. I'm studying. I'm learning. I have a lot of, I've been putting in a lot of hours when it comes to astrology. When I get better at it, I'll be able to explain it better to you guys. All right, so here we are. We're in the right room. We're back at the Empress. Okay. Yeah, for some of you, there's definitely love involved here. And with the Seven of Swords, there's something about breaking a curse here where you would never like find love or love that actually like loved you in the way that you love other people. Like, I don't want to call it a curse, guys. It's more like something's being healed in the generational trauma of your family through you. Like you are healing something having to do with either self-worth. This could even be a money issue, guys, right? Like if we're struggling with money, it makes us feel bad about ourselves. At least it does to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know if everyone's like that. I just open up to the Four of Pentacles though, right? So yeah, you could feel like I don't have enough, therefore I am not enough, but that's what's changing with the Fool. So hello and welcome back to the Metamystic Show. It's Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. Today we are doing a new moon in Libra reading. This reading is happening October 21st, 2025 at 8:24 a.m. EST, my time at 28 degrees. Something's gonna happen here, guys. I mean, you might just get whisked away in like a whirlwind romance of some kind here. Yeah, look, it's all here, guys. This could even be like a reconciliation. We had the Judgment card, and now we have the Three of Cups. Those two together, to me, equal some sort of past life reconciliation of souls coming together. It's like you've known this person from other lives. And I know we talk about that all the time, guys, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good person. Just because you knew them, you know, back in high school in this life doesn't mean that they were a good boyfriend or girlfriend or however they identify, right, guys? Same goes for the past life, but I'm seeing this as like this person's gonna be like an angel to you, and I feel like they will feel the same way about you guys. This is like paradise with the 10 of Cups and the Temperance card. Again, guys, I'm not trying to be like fantastical talking about paradise and talking about you're gonna reclaim your crown and all that, but this is a real thing. Mark my words. You're going to receive something, and it might even take like 10 years to fully manifest with the 10 of Cups. Speaking of, yeah, Knight of Pentacles. Like, this is something that unfolds over time. I feel like people are caught on that 10-year thing. It's not 10 years, guys. I'm just saying I'm a realist. I don't know. Maybe people prefer to hear bullshit. I'm not one of those people, so going to have to find another channel. But this channel, this podcast, The Metamystic Show, with your host, Missy Gordon, here with my clown nose. Honk honk. I like to give people good news that's actually fucking real, right? Yeah. That actually changes things. We're mixing up the energy. We're looking at hope. We're looking at you ending cycles gives you this crown, right? You're being given, for some of you, like a happy, loving connection with the 10 of Cups. Maybe you didn't have a loving family growing up. Maybe you've had bad relationships, right? With the Ace of Swords and the 10 of Swords. It's like, if this is a new person for you, and it would be with the Page of Pentacles, this person's actually honest, guys. You know what I mean? Yeah, and it's a past life connection for some of you. Like, you're going to recognize this person's soul. And it's coming through as you receiving your crown, because this is like one of the benefits of you actually taking your crown back. You're reclaiming your own crown. You're reclaiming it. I said that on purpose. I titled it that on purpose because it's not really that you're being given anything. It's like you're taking your power back. You're taking your own soul back and saying, I have the right to my own soul. I have the right to inherit what my own ancestors wanted me to inherit, even if every single other person in my family disagrees that it shouldn't be me, and why is it me, and right? Because I just opened up to the Empress. That's fucking why. That's why it's you. Because you can hold this position. Not everybody can hold this position. Right? Not everybody has the power, the longevity, the ability to hold a position of authority like the Emperor or the Empress. This is something that takes many years of cultivation, and you could be thinking to yourself, like, you could be having a revelation right now. You could be thinking to yourself, I have spent so many years, maybe for some it's struggling for money with the Four of Pentacles. I almost said poor. Yeah, I've gone through all sorts of money cycles, guys. I completely relate to that. But look, Empress, we all have access to divine abundance. For some, it's love. For some, it's like a confidence thing where you're having it's like you're changing the way you see yourself, your own frame, where you're like, what am I saying? Like, I am the Empress. I am the Emperor. This is my birthright. I have the audacity to believe that I'm capable of this, and you will prove that out as you are in this position. People can talk all day long, but not many people can really hold this position, especially long term. This is like a 40-year thing. And if this is like a relationship, guys, this is like for life. And that's what you're inheriting for some here. You're inheriting growing old with somebody, the blessing of that. You're inheriting the blessing of generational wealth. You are inheriting the blessing of spiritual gifts that your ancestors fought for, some died for. And you're the chosen one. Jesus said, many are called, judgment card, but few are chosen. But it doesn't mean, it's not the way it sounds. It's not like, oh, all these people are called up in front of God, right? And they're all lined up in front of God's throne, and God says, okay, I've called you all before me here today. Thank you for coming. This is like before the council here with the world, with all of these creatures, right? Read the book of Revelation, like all of the crazy creatures surrounding the throne of God, right? You coming up to that throne of God, and God saying, many are called here today, but only few will I choose. That's not what it means, actually. If you study the Greek of that scripture, which the New Testament was written in Greek originally, Basically, what it translates to are many are called, all of us here today, but only few receive the call. Everybody's called up, but there's only a few people who will dedicate their lives for a position of the chosen one. Being a chosen one is a choice. You're choosing to be chosen. And that's why these people hate you. Because they know that they actually don't measure up. So they projected all of that toxic sludge all over you. It's like I'm seeing like this venom all over somebody's skin and they're just screaming. It's like, and they don't even see that there's a problem with that. They're like, what? That's just life. That's not just life. Oh, it's been like that for so many years. No. See, some of you are awakening to the fact that every single other person in your family could be such and such a way, but that doesn't mean that you have to be that way. That doesn't mean, oh, just because my family struggled with money that I have to struggle with money. Just because my parents got divorced and my aunt and uncle got divorced, or, they cheated on so-and-so or whatever, doesn't mean that has to be my marriage. Doesn't mean that has to be my partnership. Oh, my uncle's business blew up, and he had an entrepreneur father before that, and his business blew up, and we're entrepreneurs, but every single generation we try and we fail. That doesn't have to be you. You're going to be the first one in your family who's a successful entrepreneur, etc. Okay, yeah. Ace of Wands. Some of you are going to receive an idea, some sort of inspiration and boldness to be able to walk down a specific path that's not for everybody, right? Not everybody can walk this path. We have 2 doors opening in today's readings. Readings, interesting. They might have multiple things to say to us today, right? For this new moon in Libra. New moons are all about manifestation, and we have 2 doors opening here with the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles. This is something very practical that's in the 3D physical reality with the Ace of Pence, along with the motivation to carry it out and the confidence to stand in that level of authority with the Ace of Wands. They're telling me to leave those out. It's the balance between those things. And we have Libra here just, tipping the hat, saying hello. That this is what I'm offering you for this new moon in Libra from Libra herself, right? Libra themselves, Libra himself. All right. Gonna get 3 cards and see. But this Ace of Pentacles and Ace of Wands, wow. It's like the cards are, it's like they're blasting me in the eyes with light. And they're just regular cards, right? It's just cardboard. But as I'm looking at them, like they seem like really powerful. They seem like portals. These are portals. But I'm hearing these doors are opening now because you've been given a key. I put out a reading called You Found the Hidden Key. If you're interested, you could watch that reading because we talk all about that key in that reading. And I'm getting something. It's like you have been given a key, this crown, this inheritance, this key. And now you can open these doors that have always been here. It's kind of like having a safe at a bank, right? And you didn't have access to all of the family's heirlooms and investments and the key to the vacation home and all of that stuff. And it's like all of a sudden you're being given this key and you can go access that safety deposit box, so to speak. But this is much more spiritual than that, guys. So let's see. Yeah, and you're going to be fought every step of the way. I am heavily getting this is directly tied to confidence. You don't have to change anything. You don't have to upgrade anything. You don't have to make more money. You don't have to be more attractive. You don't have to do anything or change anything. And it's always great to improve, right, guys? But this is what I'm getting. Right now, where you are, it's enough. You don't need to do anything else to access these doors. So just receive this. Receive this. There even may be people who pop up at this time that try to disgrace you in some way or try to say, who do you think you are? Or you don't deserve that, or you just got lucky, or, all the crap people could say, right? But with the star here, it's too late, guys. I put out a reading. I think I called it It's Too Late. What did I call it? We got Glitch in the Matrix. Oh, that was a cool one. I forgot what I called that one, guys, but I just remember the Carole King song, It's Too Late, that came through in that reading. For some of you, you're like literally moving away from something or a group or somebody or an old version of yourself. You've already healed something and you've cut ties with whatever that was and still is today. Like, they're just still the same, guys, but you've healed something to where even if they do pop up and start harassing you, it's like you're just going to be focused on whatever you're doing here in the star card. Like, you are unaffected by this. You're at a higher vibration, so this might not even reach you. Like, you may not even experience this Five of Swords because you've healed something. Now, this can be negative self-talk, and I'll just be transparent and say I've been experiencing this lately, and it's really crazy. Like, old insecurities coming up, like about my body, my appearance, like things coming up like on my For You page on TikTok, for example, like really insecure stuff, like groups of people talking about their bodies or talking about, I wish I was that, or I wish I looked like that, or, we have this issue, and does anybody else feel like this? And I used to feel like that was a form of camaraderie. Like, oh, we all struggle with this one insecurity. Let's all band together and in our misery. I don't see it that way anymore. I see that as a low vibration. I have spent so many years healing my confidence, healing my self-esteem, healing my body image. Like, I have been in this hanged man position for years, seeing myself from a different perspective, seeing myself through the eyes of God, through my creator, through the universe, however you identify your higher power. And it showed me who I really am, who is this Empress. And I'm not saying that cocky, guys. I'm saying that like for real. Like, there's nothing anyone can say that can take away from me the spiritual work I have done on myself, because my appearance is not my worth. My appearance has become more attractive because I've healed myself inside. Right? And that's the same thing's going to happen to you if that's like one of your things, you know what I mean? Because the Empress can be very beautiful. And it's not just about physical appearance, guys. I'm just saying I used to struggle with that so bad, with my body, with my looks, like Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like I learned how to heal myself, and it took a long time. So this is my point with the Five of Swords. Like, stuff was coming up on my For You page, and it's like I saw it differently instead of just kind of sinking into that and being like, yeah, me too. I wish I had that, or I wish I looked like that. I was just like, I didn't resonate with it. It actually made me uncomfortable. I was like, I almost wanted to go in there and like encourage people, because it's something I've overcome with the Five of Swords. And my point is those insecurities had a chance to fester in that moment, but it's like it didn't work. It didn't hit me. Like the negative thoughts that have been harassing me recently, whether it's just my own thoughts or whether it's negative energy projected onto me, it's a little of both, right? It doesn't really matter where the source is at the end of the day because we still have to deal with it, right? But something was healed within me. A form of like anxiety, always racing to the next thing, always trying to be a better version of myself. And I've been resting. Speaking of the Empress, I've been resting in this receptive Empress mode recently, just being like, you know what, Missy, you're enough right now. Your YouTube channel is enough. Your podcast is enough. Like the money you make is enough. The way you look is enough. Like you are just as you are right in this moment without any improvements, without anything added. You are perfect as you are right now in this moment. And just resting in that. That's kind of like the energy of that reading that I did. I think it's called The Land of Milk and Honey. This is your Land of Milk and Honey, number 214. And then also, if you want to look at some inner child work, guys, we have episode 212 called Forgotten Inner Child, Now Remembered. So those are two readings that directly tie into this one. I mean, they all kind of tie together, if I'm honest with you. And look, guys, look who we have on the bottom, the Emperor. Interesting. So we may be talking about like Emperor stuff. I've been touching on Empress stuff. So we'll see. We'll see what comes through. 1, 2, and 3. It was 3333 when I just looked up at my phone. So let's see who's on the bottom of the deck. Now, for some of you, this could be a person like wanting to come towards you, like wanting to make their way towards you. And they're kind of thinking about the best, like the highest vibrational way to go about that process, right? But they're thinking about it with the 6 of Swords. Like they could be thinking of a future with the 3 of Wands and thinking on how to make that happen. But that could also be you, right, guys? Like you could be the Emperor. I just opened up to the 9 of Pentacles. Of course, this can also be regarding the investments that you're making. I mean, the Emperor makes investments with the Page of Pentacles and they start out small. It could literally be like physical investments, like money stuff, guys. But this can also be investments in the tangible world. Like say you have a YouTube channel, for example, because I know a lot of you guys do. Like a lot of you guys are doing your own thing. So say you start by putting out 1 video a week. Like say you want to have a podcast, you start with 1 episode per week with the Page of Pentacles, and then before you know it, boom, you're at the 9 of Pentacles and you're succeeding in what you're doing, all because you just took that small step, that conscious agreement with yourself. I'm going to put out 1 episode per week. Like maybe you're somebody who uses crystals. Like I'm going to talk about 1 crystal per week on my channel. I'm going to teach about this crystal. I'm going to focus on this crystal. And then I'm going to take that 1 episode and I'm going to multiply it. Like I'm going to put out a community post. I'm going to have a blog as well that I can link people to. So if they want to read my post, because everybody's different. Some people like to read instead. You could have an Instagram as well and link put part of like the post in the Instagram post and then link it to your blog where it talks about the full rundown of the crystal. And then from that blog, you can also put the link to the YouTube video on there. So it's right there. They can click the YouTube video. You can put your podcast out through, there's a few services you can use, right? Where you can get and you do have to pay for it, but you can put your podcast out like I do on like Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So then you have multiple things happening at once. Like it's not just a YouTube video. It's not just an Instagram post. It's a podcast as well. Then you could open up a shop where you sell crystals as well. So you're making money from like multiple streams of income, right? You can have an Etsy shop where you draw people into that Etsy shop, you funnel people through that way. Like you have a TikTok where you do little short stuff, right? Like that's Page of Pentacles to Nine of Pentacles, Emperor sort of thinking, where it's like we can take one thing, one idea, bring it into the tangible world, even if it's not perfect, even if it's not as awesome as we want it to be, because it's never going to be at first, especially on the first run with the Page of Pentacles. And it doesn't have to be what I'm saying here, guys. It can be something like what I'm saying. And then you just keep doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it, and it's going to turn into the Nine of Pentacles. It just will. Because that's the energy you carry. That's the crown. That's what the crown is. That's all it is. That's all it is. I'm just using it in like a spiritual metaphor sort of a way, right? This is your birthright with the Wheel of Fortune. And for some of you, you're going to be making a lot more money. Because it's like the world, everybody needs money, right? So I don't feel like it's non-spiritual of me to talk about money. How do we fix the world? Let's start with money. Because a lot of people are struggling with money. And if people had more money, they'd have less problems. That's like the beginning of fixing the problem, right? Yeah, it's like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? Well, I can't even pay my bills. So how am I supposed to have like some crazy spiritual awakening and walk in my purpose and my path if I can't even freaking eat tomorrow? Like, we got to start here. And not everybody's in that situation. I'm just making it extreme because I feel like some of the most spiritual thing we can do is make more money. And I'm an earth sign, so of course I'm going to say that, right? But it's kind of hard to, when you're working 12 hours a day trying to pay for everything, it's kind of hard to like sit zen kumbaya. But with that said, even if it's 5 minutes in your car on your break, you can access that. You can access that and begin accessing this crown. And before you know it, you'll be out of that 12-hour shift. You'll be working a part-time job on the side, and then you'll be building your own business. And then eventually you'll get rid of that part-time thing. You know what I mean? Like, that's Emperor thinking. That's like, and it's long-term stuff, guys. And it's step by step. And things do take time. And it's not just like some, magical thing where the Emperor is a position. It goes back to that. It's like, okay, say you start a podcast and it becomes you're meeting with Joe Rogan next weekend with all the other podcasters, right? You're in a room with all these people. It's like you could be somebody that just like gets to the top super fast, but can you hold that? That's the Emperor. The Emperor is able to carry a position for 20 years and stay up there. Like Joe Rogan, for example. Just saying, just an example, guys. So yeah, the Emperor, it's a state of mind, it's a way of being, and it's a continual thing. It's like you wake up every day, you're the Emperor every freaking day. And the Emperor consistently has new opportunities and new doors opening for him because he is the Emperor and he keeps that about him. He keeps that way about him. So that's the crown we wear. We got to get used to this crown on our heads, get it straightened up, and start walking in the authority, the spiritual authority that we know we've been given. It will then translate into the physical world, right? Now, for some, this is a relationship thing. It's like if we have struggled with relationships and we've been through abuse and we've had broken homes and we've dealt with challenging things, it's not the easiest thing in the world to step into this position. The Emperor can be a husband, the Emperor can be however you guys identify, right? But it's a masculine energy, it's a position, and it can be in love as well. And I'm not talking about gender norms, guys. Oh, speaking of, great opportunity to wave my flag. Here we are. Look at this. Isn't that nice? I mentioned this in my last episode that I got this new flag so I could represent, and here we are. So yeah, Never about gender norms on this channel. But it's just how everybody feels comfortable, right, in their own relationships. And I'm seeing, I do believe in positions. You take a position, like you will protect your partner. You will stand strong for your partner. You will support your partner. You could want to be a father as the emperor or a mother, right? It's all how everybody identifies. I'm just saying. So there's all that stuff coming through, and it has to do with the way you see yourself reclaiming your own crown. It's your own crown. It's nobody else's. It's not something you have to earn. It's just we have to have the balls to take that thing back, right? It's always been yours. Card number 1, the 4 of Pentacles. I mean, he's literally holding on for dear life to this pentacle, and he is wearing a crown. You know, the 4 of Pentacles, he's a form of the Emperor. So even if you feel like you don't have as much as you wish that you had at this time, you already have this crown. It's just the way you're perceiving it. You're like, well, but it's not as good as that guy's crown. Look at that guy's crown. There's like gems on that thing. Mine is just like a regular, maybe it's made of like bronze or something like that here. And that guy's is like sparkling in the sun. We'll bedazzle it. Don't worry about it. We'll spruce it up. Don't think like that. Just realize you already are in possession of the thing that you're searching for. You could be thinking like, oh, I wish I was like an emperor. I wish I was all of these things that I'm not currently. But this is the reality. You already are that. It's just a matter of time. Because we had that Page of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles, right? Like I was saying, everything I was saying back there about talking about, funneling multiple streams of income, taking one video, putting it into all different parts and different places and having a shop and all that stuff, that does take a lot of work. That does take a lot of time. That does take a lot of energy. And you could be in a position right now, or you were in the past. This could be something that we're just brushing up on. We're thinking back on where we used to be, depending on where you are in the timeline. But this is like a mindset of, even when you get discouraged, you look in the mirror and you see this. Because this is who you're becoming. But this is the reality. You actually already are this emperor, but it's just the perception. It's the perception of yourself. I'm hearing Persephone. This could even have something to do with spiritual gifts that are going to unlock here. You are going to have access to a deeper well of confidence. I'm seeing a freshwater spring and a functioning well that you can drink water from. So gaining access to some sort of freshwater spring, which to me, water is very spiritual, and I'm wearing all this blue today. You will gain access to a sort of perseverance with the Ace of Wands and ability to continue to build on top of the foundation that you already have until you're at this Emperor. Because the Emperor is already inside. It's just a matter of continuing to build upon the foundation of what we have already laid. You need the 4 of Pentacles. If you do not have the foundation, we don't have anything. So here we are. We got 4 walls, 4 corners. Now we're just going to start stacking it, stacking it, stacking it, stacking it. I watch a gold coin guy. His channel is called 2 is 1. I've watched him for years, and I've watched his channel grow over time. Most creative gold stacker, in my opinion, if you're interested in like gold coins like me. um, I just like the way I like its aesthetics and everything. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So basically he has these really cool videos where he shows like $100,000 of just gold coins. Like he sets them out and just like the sound of the clinking of the gold. I'm just like, it's so beautiful. And that took him many years of stacking gold and learning from mistakes, like learning, oh, these like American Gold Eagles, you can pawn those anywhere. Like you can sell those easily. It's harder to sell like a collector's edition Batman coin, right? Because not everybody's gonna want that. So it's like learning those sorts of mistakes as well. Like say, let's just use gold as an example. Like say you're stacking gold and you wanna like say you have 4 gold coins right now. Remember, gold is at like 4 something right now. It's over 4,000 an ounce. So right here, we have $16,000 right here. Wait, is that correct? 4 times 4? 4, 8, 12, 16. I had to think for a second, guys. So, I mean, 16K, we're good. That could even be like your YouTube channel. You're at 16K right now. Guys, that's a foundation. We're going to build that up to 600K. But it takes time. It takes dedication. We can't give up. That's that emperor. It doesn't have to be a YouTube channel. Once again, I know not everybody's on YouTube, but I'm just saying, guys. That's the key. It's really just a mindset. That's the boring part of this message. It's literally just a mindset. You're unlocking your own doors. You're giving yourself motivation to do what you want to do, to be who you want to be. Like you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I'm attractive. Like anyone would be lucky to have me. And it's not out of a state of cockiness, guys. This is like, I will be a provider, a protector. Like I will love someone just like I love myself. Therefore, I am a catch. It's not just like you're not saying these things to yourself for no reason. You are these things. Therefore, you will attract that into your life. You will produce these things. Like you will look at yourself differently. Like even if you only have 1 coin, you will turn that into 4. Then we have our foundation. Then we go from there. Like this is a process, guys. This is not just one day that we watch some crazy tarot lady on the internet that's like, you're going to reclaim your crown, and then we're like, okay, great. Now I don't have to do anything. The crown is a metaphor for your own soul. Who you've always meant. You have always been this person, but you got beat down, whether it's by other jealous people surrounding you, narcissistic assholes, crazy family dynamics, toxic exes, drugs and alcohol, abuse, your own mind, just life. Life is just hard out here. Whether it's any of those things, it doesn't really matter. We all struggle in our own ways, even if we have things that other people wish to have, right? It's a mindset of continuing to wake up every single day and putting your crown on and remembering I'm the emperor. Just say it to yourself. I am the emperor. Or I am the empress. Or I'm the fool, right? Because for some reason, I look at this fool as kind of like a unisex sort of character here, right? You could even be the fool's dog, right? You're just putting your head out the window in the car, just like enjoying the journey, man, right? Now, another element to this, we have this 4 of Pentacles in the main spread, but we have this 7 of Pentacles here. So again, I feel like this is a perception thing, guys. Like you could actually have 7 Pentacles, metaphorically speaking, but you're seeing it as 4. right? You actually have 7. It's like you have hidden assets. You have hidden, and I don't really mean that literally necessarily. I'm just saying I can look around this room right now, $300, $500, $600. Like there's money in this room. It's like if I needed to, if I was in a pinch, I could go pawn this down at the pawn shop, and I'm not going to because this was given to me by donations from the channel. We crowdfunded for this microphone, and it's because of you guys that we have this microphone. I love you, right? See, there's different forms of wealth too. People gave this to me. You guys raised this money for me to buy this microphone. So it's like we could be thinking like, oh my God, I don't have enough. But actually, you don't have the 4 of Pentacles. You have the 7 of Pentacles because you have access to an audience that people that want to support you, or you have access to assets. Like I'm looking at my DSLR camera hanging here. I'm looking at my guitars, my piano, my microphone, all my equipment in here. Like if I was in a pinch, I could go down to the pawn shop and pawn it. I've pawned gold coins before. Like it's about seeing life in that it's like an industrious mind with the Emperor. You can make something out of nothing. And I would say that that's definitely the Empress as well. You can make something out of nothing because of the way you see not only yourself, but the world around you. Turning trash into treasure, upcycling, right? So I'm just saying, it's like we glamorize this stuff. Like, oh, the Emperor, the Empress, they're so amazing. I wish I could be that. You're that today. Today, you're that. It's all just about the way we view it, and take all the glamorous shit away. This takes hard work. This takes waking up every day even when you don't feel like it. It's like, do you feel like going to the gym? Do you feel, and I don't even go to the gym. I work out at home, right? Everybody's different. It's like, do you feel like doing this work today? Maybe the hell not. But we continue to lay these pentacles out. Even when we're dwindling on motivation, we create our own. Right? That's the Emperor. The Emperor is the Emperor because he makes his life abundant and successful. He makes it happen. Now, the Empress, she draws things to her. She's in a place of reception. She is detached from outcomes. Everything is always working out for me. This is my belief. A peak human being is both of those, which is what the World card represents. It's a figure that is combining both the Emperor and the Empress into one, right? It's one being. Okay. There's also an element of gratitude here with the 4 of Cups at the top of the deck. I saw it peeking out. We have the 4 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups. These two energies came through in one of my readings recently where I was talking ad nauseum about the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Pentacles, and they're showing up here today. Part of being an Emperor is being grateful for what you already freaking have, dude. Even if you feel like, oh, I wish I was more. I wish I was this. I wish I had that. No, we don't. We're good. Right here, under this tree, looking at the sky, breathing the air. From that place of detachment and gratitude, you will get an idea. Mark my words. You will have the inspiration to suddenly start working on that album that was set aside. You know, like some sort of a creative endeavor, or some sort of like class you want to take about like investing or something. And guys, I just use these things as examples, right? I know not everybody's like into the same stuff. I'm just saying. Okay. Card number 2. The Sun. It's all about the way you see yourself, and people are going to call you crazy. People are going to think you're naive. They're going to think you have your head in the clouds. They're going to think you're like a kid. Because it's like, oh, well, you don't really have all that much with the 4 of Pentacles, and you're perceiving yourself to be an emperor. Good luck with that. Fuck these people. Fuck society. Fuck it all. It's all about the way. This is blind confidence with this Leo energy. This is blind power, right? This is high vibration. This is the power that powers the manifestations. Because this is the issue, is that if we build ourselves all the way to the top, to the emperor, and secretly inside we still kind of feel like shit about ourselves, even when you're the emperor, you're still going to feel like shit about yourself. It doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how big your deck is. It doesn't matter how many people are like obsessed with you and following you on your social media with your 3.2 million followers and all that stuff. You're going to feel like a freaking schmuck in the back end. And who wants that? Let's just do it right to begin with. Let's learn right. Let's do it right. I'm thinking of my guitar teacher from years and years ago, where he was saying it's better to just learn the chords correctly the first time. It's better to learn how to place your finger on the fretboard so that you're not muting the other strings. Like, it's better to just learn the placements correctly, even if it's hard to stretch your hand that far. It's better to just keep trying and trying and trying and trying that same shape again and again on the fretboard until you learn how to play that chord correctly. Because eventually you're going to be playing live and you're going to fuck it up because you didn't program yourself with the reality of that chord. You didn't program yourself with the reality that I am an emperor no matter how little or how much I have, no matter if I have this or that. It doesn't matter. I'm an emperor now with 4 pentacles in my pocket. Because it's about who you are inside. It's like what I was saying about the Empress guys, like how I was talking about like self-esteem stuff and body stuff and hair and makeup and, you know, lip fillers and Botox and all this shit, right? I mean, Mandy Moore doesn't even look the same. Like, there are certain celebrities that have gotten this certain surgery that takes like the fat out of their eyelids. I forgot what it's called. Somebody let me know below if you know what I'm talking about. It's weird. It's like they don't look like the same. So anyways, my point with saying that is like, it's about who I am inside. And that's what makes me beautiful on the outside, is because of what I see inside about myself. I love myself when no one's here. I love myself when I feel alone or lonely or sad or depressed or like I don't have enough, or I'm not funny enough or pretty enough or interesting enough or have enough followers or have enough money or whatever. It's like I love myself in that place on the bathroom floor alone with nothing and no one. I'm there for me. I love myself. That's the Empress. That's the Divine Mother. That's like Mother Mary, right? You could say that the Divine Feminine is connected to all of that. The feminine aspect of God, the mother who loves us no matter what we do or what we have or don't have. It's the same for the Emperor, guys. It's like no matter how much you have or don't have or any of that, you are the freaking Emperor. So that as you continue to build yourself up from this 4 of Pentacles and you eventually build your confidence over time, when you are seated in this place of authority, you're going to be able to hold this position. That's what I was talking about. Remember back at the Joe Rogan thing and all that? It's like you're going to be in the room with those same people that have done this for 20 years because you've done it for 20 years. Just an example. The emperor is not the emperor by accident. Right? You know, some people get to the emperor through nepotism, but everybody hates that twerp. You know, it's like they know that the dad owns the company and the only reason why he's in power is because that's his dad or that's his uncle or that's his cousin and he's the manager because of that. It's like everybody hates this guy. This guy, just anyways. It matters about yourself inside, and then we build upon that message. That's the crown. The crown is your perception of yourself. You've always had this crown, right? You've had this crown since you were a child with the sun here. Now, I'll say another thing on the sun. There is a graph it's a model. It's called the confidence competence model. It's talking about confidence and competency. And this is what we're looking at with this graph. It's kind of like a chicken and the egg thing. If I don't feel confident, how am I going to do the thing I want to do? How am I going to make the investment? How am I going to public speak? How am I going to ask that person out if I don't feel like I have the confidence? I don't feel competent to do those things because I don't have confidence. But this is the confidence competency model. This is the point of it. And it's like two arrows. It's kind of like the Ouroboros, the snake eating its own tail, chicken and the egg, which comes first. How do I gain confidence if I don't feel competent to do something? How can I become competent if I don't have the confidence to do it to begin with? Basically, this is the point. You just do it. You just do it. Blind confidence. You just do it. You suck. You were terrible at it. Everybody laughed at you. You were standing in your underwear on the stage. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Wow, you're in your underwear on the stage. You fucking loser. We all hate you. You suck. Everything you say is stupid. Nobody loves you. It's like, okay, so that happened. I gained like I implanted an experience, even if it made me feel like shit, like I was embarrassed or I felt like I wasn't enough or I didn't do a good job or whatever this is. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive because the brain does not calculate based upon that. The brain just knows that you took a step up the staircase. I talked about that on another reading, and I think it was this reading with the Four of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. And these cards did not even come out in that reading. I guess I was seeing the future to this reading, right? Or the past, I'm not really sure, but this came through on that other reading. All right. This card is all about confidence with the sun. This is the ego. Like, this is high vibrational confidence. This is not fake confidence, guys. This is real ass confidence, and you have to build this up over time. Like, the brain, it doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. You did it. That's how you build competency. That's how you build confidence, is actually by doing something when you don't feel enough. Like, it doesn't matter if it's good or bad. That freed me because I'm a perfectionist. I got a lot of Virgo. So for me to just sit down and record this episode and not feel like it has to be 100% perfect is the reason why you're watching this or listening to this right now, is because of the confidence competency rule. Is that over the years, I just kept doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it and doing it. And now I just have confidence because I built that into myself. And it's not some emotional response like, oh, I'm so confident. I feel so great. I'm so amazing. This show's so wonderful. You know, it's not like that. It's just I sit down and I record it. You know what I mean? It's going to be like that for you with whatever this thing is. It's different for everybody what this is. All right. I've said a lot. As always, right? All right. I like to just be a presence in the backdrop, even if you just even if you just have this on in the background and you're like only halfway listening. I don't care. I'm not offended by that. You can put this on 2 times speed. I'm not offended. I just want to be here as a presence and as an energy to be rooting you on as you're becoming this emperor, because you already are right now. You're this emperor in this moment today. Right? It's just building that confidence over time is the difference between this Four of Pentacles and this Emperor. That's the only difference. And time and building, things up. Like I said, but it's kind of like, it's like a guarantee. Like, if you want to be marketed to right now, this is my guarantee. Is if you follow this pathway, starting at the Four of Pentacles today, even if you feel like an absolute schmuck, if you continue down this pathway, eventually you'll continue to gain confidence over time. It'll become effortless, and before you know it, you will be this emperor. Buy my course for $999. All right. Okay. Now I'm just being a dick. I love my marketing friends. I love you guys. I learned a lot from studying marketing and advertising. I'd recommend it. Even if just so you know how to like see what's in the darkness behind everything you're being sold, right? It's wisdom to understand how the system works, like how marketing works, like how people sell things, what is advertising, how do I get these advertisements on my Instagram, how do these even come up? It's like all of that stuff, right? Obviously not necessary to do. I'm just saying, kind of interesting that even if you're not interested in it, it can teach you about life. To me, the stock market helped me to become even more prophetic, because where the money is where the power is, right? So, and it's where the trends are. You can see if a company's doing well, you can see where people are, like on the timeline. You can see what's happening in politics, in fashion, in, the fast food industry. Like, you can understand based off of news in the stock market what's going on the planet without even watching the news. Follow the money, and that's where you'll find the power, right? So anyways, card number 3, we have the Page of Swords. See, guys, this is like an aspect of you. This is the observer. You know how people talk about become the observer as you're in meditation. Observe yourself from the outside. Separate yourself from your thoughts. That's this Page of Swords. Observing you. See, even if you feel like this 4 of Pentacles right now, and again, actually a wonderful place to be because you have all 4 corners here. 4s are the numbers of foundation. 4 is the number of the Emperor. 4s, you have to have 4s to get to 7s. You could be seeing 7s and 4s, 4s and 7s. If you want to get to this 7, you have to have 4. Connect 4. You have to have 4. So this right here, if you're in the 4 of Pentacles, you're actually in a great position because we have the foundation of everything you're about to build upon. And this could be something that you've had for a while. You could feel kind of stuck in a certain position. You could feel like, oh, I wish I was growing. What grows these seeds, these pentacles? The sun. The sun is what grows it. And sun today, for me, is confidence. Remember how I said that at the beginning of the reading? I was talking about that I felt this was a confidence thing. Confidence, competence. Competence, the ability to do something, grows over time along with the confidence to continue to do it as you keep doing it, right? This is like you observing yourself. And even if you are in this 4 of Pentacles position right now, it's like you're surrounded by light. You are high vibrational. That's what this is. It's illuminating your crown. It's like the sun is shining off of this crown. Therefore, this is how I'm seeing it. 4 of Pentacles plus sun equals Emperor somewhere. You're the Emperor somewhere, right? Because you have this high vibrational energy here that is just, it's all the potential, but it's not just potential. It's growing what you already have. So, Page of Swords with the 7 of Pentacles here, You could even be overlooking, as he is here, looking at everything he's built, everything he's grown. You could be overlooking what you have and realizing that you actually have 7 pentacles, not just 4, like we talked about earlier in the reading about, hey, I got $1,000 right here. Like, yeah, I don't want to sell this stuff, but if I had to for some reason, I got this money right here. It's the way we think, guys, with the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords can even be study, observation. Like this is you seeing yourself in a different light, literally, with the sun. It's like you're looking at yourself from the outside in and you're like, hey, you know, I kind of got it like that. Like I'm wearing a crown. I got 4 pentacles. I have these doors opening up for me. I'm going to use this new moon in Libra to manifest these goals, these aspirations, and have a heart of gratitude that even though I'm not in the place I want to be, one day I will be. And that's a guarantee, right? No, I really believe that. I'm that confident in that concept. I'm just going to go through really quick and clarify these. 4 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Page of Swords for the collective. Happy new moon in Libra, everybody. Devil coming out. This is all just overcoming that devil stuff, guys. And don't beat yourself up. This could be subconscious beliefs that you're now seeing in yourself, like in a way that you didn't see before because you were blocked. Like some of you could even have like blocked out memories. Because the 4 of Cups can be a card of meditation, actually. Right? So you could be trying to kind of get yourself in a state of meditation so that you can like open these doors for yourself. And as you're in there, you start to observe where like the issues are. And I'm not saying issues negatively, guys. I'm just saying this could be stuff that's like buried, burrowing down deep. I'm seeing like a like a groundhog or something like that. It's like going down into that stuff and closing those cycles out, like working with your guides to do that with the 3 of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Yeah, you're going to become clear on certain things, and then certain things will be cleared out because you're able to see them as they are. You're able to see them clearly. You're able to see them as like the boogeyman with the devil that is actually just a shadow on the wall of your own remembrance. Like things that were ingrained in you when you were a child that were never true. Guys, 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. I mean, this Ace of Pentacles, and this could even just be a goal that you're setting for the new moon in Libra, but this Ace of Pentacles has the opportunity to turn into the 10 of Pentacles with the Emperor, guys. All you've got to do is just water it, take care of it, sunlight. This is like a garden. See, I feel like you guys already have 7 pentacles instead of 4. I feel like it really is just the way that you're perceiving yourself. And for a lot of us, it's because of being through 10 of Swords, betrayals, traumas, pains, and just life, you know. 4 of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Page of Swords. Yeah, see, guys, there's that meditation with the Hermit. That's where the fortune is. That's where the crown is. And once we take that crown, put it on our heads, remember who the hell we are, we're going to be a whole hell of a lot happier and more satisfied going from the 4 of Cups to the 9 of Cups. I'm talking like within a week. Like this stuff works fast because what we observe we focus on. Like, we are channeling our energy into it. I know I went on a whole 35-minute spiel about how long all of this stuff takes to implement. But now here, I'm talking more about the emotional stuff. Like, it's crazy how we can just get ourselves inspired to take a tangible action in the physical world just by meditating and being like, I'm gonna freaking do that. I'm just gonna do it. I don't care if I'm not enough. I don't care if I'm not as good as other people. I don't care. I'm gonna try this out. I'm gonna build my confidence. I'm gonna commit. I'm gonna practice. Even if this is a relationship, guys, like you wanna like connect with somebody or something, it's like stuff, you know, it takes a little time. Like, to talk, to get to know somebody. You know what I mean? Like, we don't need to beat ourselves up and we don't need to feel like we don't have enough in any way, shape, or form because at the end of the day, it's you and this kid. It's you and the kid, the inner child. It's not about other people. It's not about what you have or don't have. It's you and this kid, taking care of this kid who is you on the inside. No one can take away this relationship. No one can take away the love you have for this little child. Back to my inner child reading, which I believe was episode 212, if you are interested. Clarifying the Four of Pentacles, we have the World card, guys. See, there's some sort of a closeout. This is also a victory and an achievement. See, this is the pathway, guys. This is how I'm seeing this, actually. It's like Four of Pentacles, and then you're given this pentacle really by your own self. We're seeing the imagery again of being given something here with the Four of Cups. This is being given. See, it's an emotional thing for a lot of people here. It's a feeling. It's not necessarily, it's just a certain feeling, like even if it's just kind of like a low grade depression or something, guys, where you're like, I don't really feel like doing that. I don't really feel like trying. I don't really, and I'm not saying that in any sort of way. I feel like this a lot where I'm just like, "Ugh, what's the point?" Like, I'm debating whether I should say that. Like, I spent a lot of time putting out my album for my honeybee band, and the full album got like 300 views or something like that. And I was like, I felt bad about that, guys, and I'm not trying to make you guys feel bad. I'm just saying it's something like that where when something's really like deep and connected to your heart and it doesn't like necessarily get the response that you wish it did, it can make you feel like a little down or but this is the thing, guys. This is what my guides were showing me. They said actually comparatively this album, compared to your other ones, actually received a lot more attention than any of the other ones did because it wasn't just the views on YouTube. It was on Instagram, it was on TikTok, and it's not just about, it's one person. This is what I tell myself. This is how I get out of this mindset of like, oh, it's pointless and stuff. Cause I'm just real. I'm just honest, whatever. I don't give a shit. That's why you guys love me, right? But what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Even if I just created that album for one person, even if it's just myself, right? But say it's one person, and it was more than one, but just say I did all of that for one person, I would do it again. That's how I personally get myself out of that mindset of like feeling kind of like, oh, it's pointless, or like nobody cares, or it's not that good, or I wish I was better, or, all that shit. It's like one person. And another side of this is that when you do something like that, you are planting a seed and it could connect to something that's not even connected to the original thing. Like, you could say it's an album, like, say it's creating music or something like that, guys, or something creative, or working on yourself or whatever, and you feel kinda like, "Oh, what's the point? Like, it's gonna take forever, or it's not really, like, nobody cares," or whatever. I would just do it because you have no idea what that seed could produce elsewhere. Like, you may do something over here and it ends up connecting to something over here. Like, it's crazy what the universe does with faith, with blind faith, the size of a mustard seed. That's all you need. Just a little bit of faith, a little bit of hope, and a little bit of hard work, creating something out of nothing. The universe will honor that, guys. That's a huge achievement, whatever this thing is for you. And the universe rewards us with more because we chose to do something, even if we felt, a little bit like, oh, maybe that wasn't like so good or whatever. It's like, you know what, guys? It was good. Whatever your thing is, like, it came from your heart, it came from your soul, even if it's only all of the astral world watching you, they're all watching you. They're all proud of you. And this is how you build confidence. Like I said, clarifying the sun, we have the Knight of Wands. See, this is what produces with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands, like the drive, the continual drive. It's like you keep lighting the fire again and again and again. And that's what gives you more fire to do the next thing. Like this progression. This world energy here is the whole pathway. Starting here, continuing to do things, even if it doesn't look like anything's happening. Like, say you come up with certain manifestations, and I would suggest it for this new moon in Libra. Say you come up with like one idea, like, I want to do this, I want to start something. You will see that all the way through to the end if you commit, right? And this will continue to grow your confidence over time. Clarifying the Page of Swords, we have the Three of Pentacles, guys. See, and it's not just you. This is in the back end. Like, this is all of the spiritual stuff going on. Like, they are helping you. They are giving you ideas. When you're in meditation, when you're in observation mode, it's like this is growing. Your things are working. Things are happening, even if it doesn't look like anything. So don't give up. Like, because this is the stuff people don't tell you, I feel. Like, when you're feeling down, when you're feeling Four of Pentacles, Four of Cups, the deciding factor between someone who's successful and someone who's not is when you're down in the dumps, you still continue to open these doors for yourself and you straighten that crown up. Then the universe comes behind you and supports that work. But the Emperor takes the initiative, right? Now, like I said with the Empress, there is a time to be in a different mode, right? So say you have manifestations. Again, I would recommend it for the new moon in Libra. Write these things down or do whatever you need to do to put them in some sort of tangible form that you can refer back to these things, right? You have a manifestation here and then you release it. That's the Empress to me. It's like you claim this manifestation and then you release it, right? And then when it comes time to work on whatever that thing is, you work on it with the Emperor. It's both. It's never just going to be one extreme or the other, right? All right, everybody. So happy new moon in Libra. May you be inspired at this time with the Knight of Wands and the Ace of Wands and the Sun to pursue your dreams, to pursue whatever you want to pursue, because the Emperor is a pursuer. He goes after what he wants, even if he feels like he doesn't have like all the goods or whatever. Like I don't want to say he fakes it till he makes it, because he's not faking. He's just acting as if he knows he has the crown. So even if it doesn't appear like he does, he knows he does, and eventually it will show in the outer world and prove to himself and everybody else that he was this emperor all along. Right? But you're not always going to see it right away in the tangible world. So that's when we have to just keep going and keep committing every single day to ourselves and to our lives. Right, guys? Okay, everybody, I love you so much. It's been Missy Gordon, the Metamystic here. Happy new moon in Libra. If you have any manifestations and want to share them, feel free to write them down below. I know people say don't share what you're working on. That's a valid perspective as well. I just like to support people energetically. So if you don't want to write it, then that's fine. Just send it telepathically and I will stand behind you in your manifestation, right? Okay. Thanks, everybody. Always great to catch up with you guys. Leave your comments down below so I can see what your thoughts are on today's episode. And remember, you can always listen to The Metamystic Show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9 a.m. EST if you prefer to listen. But you can always watch on my YouTube channel at The Metamystic. Thanks so much, everybody. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so. Info is always down below. I'd love to have you. Even if you don't have a specific question, that's fine. You can just book a general reading with me and we'll see what comes out. I get a lot of testimonials from people saying, like, this was just what I needed to hear. Like, they resonate with people, even if we just do like a general. So feel free to book a reading if my readings resonate with you and you like me as a reader. I accept everybody, no judgment zone. So if you feel like, oh, I don't know, like if I want to say that to somebody, guys, like I don't care. Like I'm not shocked by anything. So don't worry. And thank you to everybody who supports the show through donations. I really appreciate you guys. It makes such a big difference. Even like $5. Like sometimes people just send me $5 and I'm like, it could be $5 or it could be 5,000, and I'm just as thankful, guys, because like I said in today's episode, it all goes together. It's like it's building the building, whether it's $5 or 5,000, I'm putting all of that together to create the full manifestation. So thank you so much, everybody. I love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.